Welcome. My name's Josh, our MC for the roundtable, also a Yankee Doodle district chair. We also have Josh Clark, our council commissioner. Bill Leving is here as well, and as well as Chet. So tonight we're going to be hitting the Cub program updates, where we'll talk about upcoming events for the spring and summer, and yeah, we'll have those breakout sessions. This June 1st, a revision to our Cub Scout program is coming out. The idea behind the drive is to really make it fun, simple, and easy, making it so our adult leaders can just pick up and go and remove a lot of the inconsistencies and hassles with the current program. It's largely an expansion of the program rather than a change. Required adventures will now be themed and consistent throughout the ranks. There'll be 6 required for each rank. Bobcat has been made an adventure. It's no longer a rank / award / I don't know. And still pretty much the same material, but consistent across the board. Our Webelos and Arrow Light are split, so they don't share the same adventures. Webelos has Webelos, the 4th grade, continues to have the majority of our current Cub program. Arrow of Light is modified to fit in that half or a little bit longer than that year before crossover. There's over 50 new elected adventures. Awards, because awards were hard to find, adult leaders often didn't understand them. They've been converted to adventures, so they're easy to see. And Whittling Chip has also been converted to adventure to make that all streamlined. From national pushed out, you can see our 6 required for each rank. You can see that first one is Bobcat, a character leadership development across the age. In Lions and Tigers, it kind of introduces a lower form of Bobcat of just like, hear the Scout Oath. By the time we got the Webelos and Arrow Light, they're reciting it back to us. We have that progressive programming built into a lot of these. We have an outdoors for every age, personal fitness, citizenship, personal safety, and then a duty to God that's more active. That's not just send a home. You'll notice that because they're progressive every rank, like our outdoors award or adventure, sorry, they're more friendly to multi-age dens. So if you happen to have a wolf going along with your outing with the bears, you're getting most of those electives done as a smaller hoop to jump through, and they're not so different coming up in the program. A lot of that is seen throughout this revision. This is an infograph really meant to be useful to troops, so they understand what it's going to be impacting their crossovers. And how the Arrow Light Webelo split. Handbooks, National wanted them out way before June. Their current national update is we're probably going to see them in April. The Lion and Tigers are workbook style, like the Lions has been. Tigers workbooks, so they contain some activities. They're bundled together with an adult partner companion book. So that's not the Den Leader book. That is the book the parents have. So the young Lion Tiger have their workbook they can fill out before a meeting. The parents have their own to fill out before or read before the meeting. Now everyone knows what's going on when they come to the session. Arrow of Light is a shorter book and a shorter program, so it also includes Scout Rank in it. That way you don't have to buy a whole new book in March when that happens, so that they can start working on Scout Rank and have that when they cross over. There will be QR codes throughout the handbook. So we open a Bobcat adventure in the handbook, and there's a QR code that brings us online to our Den meeting resources, or the old Den Leader guide, which is all published on free online. The latest Cub Chat Live was claiming there was already 13,000 ready to go links and websites for adventures and whatnot. for supplemental material in the Den meeting resources. Each requirement has adventures, so I'll get back to that. So here's a look at our handbooks. We have that Den meeting resource. So we have our adventures up here. We see the requirements down the bottom. We click on one of those requirements, and it gives us 3 activities: pre-planned, pre-explained, with the if you need materials for it. You can just share that with a parent that has to cover for the Den leader, and they can just take it and go. They're claiming to be able to, they want to do a really low effort activity with each. And then the third one being something that could be the do a field trip or get a speaker to come on in or do something with a large craft, so that there's a range of activities to do depending on your resources available for each requirement. So stay up to date. I'm going to leave this QR code up for a little bit. This brings you to that phone screen there, and those are links to where the program is put out on scouting.org. It also links you to Cub Chat Live. Cub Chat Live is their Facebook videos they do once a month. There's 4 to 6 right now that are about an hour long that go into depth on all those 6 points that I just barely glazed on. So a lot of information is out there, ready for you to use, ready for you to connect to. You just got to read it. All right. So that's our training today. We can go into more discussions and questions, and I can steal stuff in our breakout session. All right.
Quick question, Josh. Do we have anything that says the first thing that each den or each level should be working on in its September is Bobcat?
Yes, so that's the national guidance is doing Bobcat. We talked about this in our University of Scouting, Tom, and I'd like to continue this discussion in that breakout session because we had a lot of discussion we were starting to have. I don't want to take over the full roundtable for that. So grab me in that, Tom, okay? All right, so our upcoming events. So we have a couple of things going on this spring. The Order Arrow has some activities happening. There's various trainings for our adult leaders and our summer camp program. I think I saw Brian jump in. I don't know if I saw Julie jump in, but when I get to the summer camps, feel free to take over, Brian, and anyone else on that list who wants to throw out a elevator pitch there. So in the spring, we'll have a 5-mile hike at Rotary April 1st to get the requirement done. The council recognition dinner is happening April 13th for our 2023 Eagle Scouts, our Outstanding Eagle Scout Award, and our Silver Beaver recipients. And we have 2 spring camporees happening the same weekend, one in Fort Ticonderoga, and one at Rotary, put on by different districts, but everyone is welcome to attend each. I recommend you glance at the registration page for those camporees and see what activities, what material is going on, which makes more sense for your unit. Everyone is welcome. The Order of the Arrow are currently doing their candidate elections. If your unit hasn't been in contact with a representative of the Order of the Arrow and you need an election going on, they can be found on the, I should have grabbed a link here, on the Twin Rivers Council website. They'll also have a Lodge Executive Committee meeting, which is welcome for all Lodge members on April 14th. Brotherhood hike end of April, and then the spring inductions at both Wacaponamie and Rotary. So the schedule is picking up pretty soon. So adult leadership training. The first 2 I have up here is Cub specific training, one being held at the council office in April and one held at Rotary in May. So if you are an active Cub leader and don't have your haven't done an in-person or online training, we can and will happily do this with you and bring you through it. Or if you're going to be changing positions next year, you want to get a head start on that, this is where you're seeing it. Both Intro to Outdoor Leadership Skills for Scouts BSA and BALOO, Basic Adult Leader Outdoor Orientation, are our trainings to run outdoor programs happening at Wakpanami in the near future. And then we have Wood Badge. Wood Badge is beneficial for all adult leaders. If you feel like you want to you're working on some issues in your troop or your units, you're trying to take things to your next step, you got the next year, you're looking at adding some awesome activities for your unit. Wood Badge is the place to go to get guidance and mentorship through the next year. I'll also be there causing all sorts of problems, so that'll be great. Brian, I saw you pull up your camera. You want to pull out that elevator pitch for Rotary?
Sure. We're excited getting ready for summer camp for Scouts BSA this summer. You've got the dates down there on the screen there that Josh put up, the 7th, the 14th, the 21st of July, as well as August 4th. August 4th is our very popular STEM Week program that we'll have some additional merit badges in addition to the program that we're running the rest of the summer. A couple of new things that we just announced this weekend at the University of Scouting. We're going to add sculpture merit badge to our handicrafts program, as well as, we're really excited about this, a bouldering pavilion that we're planning on building this spring that will be in place for our climbing participants, as well as for the Cub Scouts that are attending either Cub Scout resident camp or Cub Scout day camp. And then one other thing for the Scouts BSA resident camp is we're also going to be offering this year Wilderness First Aid, the 16-hour Wilderness First Aid course through ECSI that will be available to Scouts 14 and over, as well as adult leaders who would be interested in participating in that. So for the Scouts, that will be free as part of their program, their all-inclusive fee. For adult leaders, we will charge a fee, but it's a really great opportunity to take that outstanding course. And then I'll just mention real quickly the Cub Scout resident camp, which is the last week of July. We have 2 3-day sessions. Our theme this year is a Magic Forest theme, and we're really excited about that one as well. We've seen really good growth in that particular program over the last couple of years. So Cub Scouts will have the opportunity to go swimming and use aquatics. They'll be doing shooting sports. They'll be doing lots of really awesome activities, fishing throughout that program there. I saw a question in the chat about the Wilderness First Aid. Yes, our plan is to offer that at all 4 of the Scouts BSA resident camp weeks at Rotary this summer. I can talk about day camp, but I see Amy's on, so I don't know if Amy wants to do day camp. I didn't see Julie.
Okay, so yes, we have 2 weeks of Cub Scout Day Camp coming up this year. The first one will be at Wakpanami, July 22nd through 26th. And then the second week will be in August at Rotary, August 12th through 16th. Both are Monday through Friday during the day. The registration is out there already for Cub Scouts to start registering. We are also looking for older scouts who would like to come and be like CITs or help with staffing for those 2 weeks. So if you're interested, on the website, there is a link to fill out a staff application to send to the day camp director.
And Josh, if I could throw one more thing in that I forgot to mention, which was that on April 1st, we are holding I don't think I saw this on your slide. If I do, I apologize for repeating, a 5-mile hike program for Scouts for the second class requirements. So that'll be at Rotary on April 1st. Registration is live, and lunch will be provided as part of the fee, and each of the Scouts will get a cool water bottle sticker for participating.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Amy. And just to finish that off, promo for NYLT. So NYLT is our scout leadership training. So we have scouts that are currently serving in leadership roles or going to become senior patrol leaders or even patrol leaders. We recommend looking at our NYLT program. and seeing if they can help keep stepping up your troop and your youth leadership. And it's a fantastic development program for our young adults. All right, Bill, the floor is yours.
Hi, everybody. I want to welcome all the commissioners that are here and all of the people that are working with commissioners. I want to quickly, I get a minute here, so my time's almost gone, but I want to admit to and understand that we're going to be doing a little bit more commissioner connection, and that there were some frustrations in the last couple of months with registration and rechartering, and that we could have been doing a better job, and we're going to be. We're going to be leaning into this, and commissioning is going to be changing a little bit. In the past, the commissioners were sometimes seen as the enforcers or even the police of some of the standards that scouting was trying to pull off. And you see up here on this slide some of the changes that are moving. We're moving from a subjective sort of evaluation of how many stars or where you are and things to much more objective sorts of measures, and we're turning into coaches rather than police. So the structure, the nature of commissioning in general is getting softer and better and nicer, if you ask me. And so we look forward to the commissioner staff being a resource, the best resource for all of the units to help them navigate the different things that are on the table and to help all of us get better at this movement that we are a part of and that I'm so proud of for the changes that we've made in the last few years. And I'm so proud of the future that we all have, and commissioning is going to be a big part of that. The commissioners will be hearing more about some of these changes, and the units will be able to rely on the commissioning staff in a bigger way. Thank you, everybody.
Hello, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I can see some of the green in the background. Those that are still trying to figure out who this guy is, I am the fairly new Scout executive for the council. Been here since December 1st, so looking forward to continuing to meet everybody. And this was great. This was one of the things I asked Bill to kind of jumpstart as soon as I got here, was getting a team together to put kind of a roundtable back together. So thank you, Bill. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, team, for getting this back together. It's always one of those things when you're jumping in right before Christmas. It's a little chaotic. So yes, I'm aware that we had a little bit of chaos with charters and registrations. And so we're working on addressing all that. We're also going to be, you'll be hearing pretty soon, we're going to actually be implementing a ticket system so that we can try to streamline communication a little bit. Or if somebody says, I need help with X or Y, we're going to be able to get that information out a lot quicker. So be patient with that. We're kind of working through the new system, but a couple things we want to collect from that is obviously the data, right? What our scout leaders need help with, but most importantly, we want to make sure that your needs are met on a timely basis and being met to obviously your satisfaction. So that's something I just wanted to share. And always feel free to reach out. My door is 99% of the time always open. Only closed if I got to take a meeting. So come by and say hi, or better yet, send me an invite. I'm happy to drive out as well. I like driving. So looking forward to seeing you on the scouting trail.